All right, football guys talking softball, FGTS. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go game by game? Excuse me, domination by domination, bloodbath by bloodbath by bloodbath? Or do we want to talk? Do we talk about it as a whole? Like, how do we want to approach this?
Um, I guess maybe we should hit it all encompassing now that everyone knows the results, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they started things off hot and never really let up at all. Pretty impressive.
So so 11-0 in 5, run ruled Hofstra in the first game. 11-0. God bless Missouri. They actually lasted 6 innings. Good for them. That one extra inning, you should be proud, Missouri. And then the third game, just an absolute bloodbath, 16-3 over Cal. And when you look at the weekend as a whole, I think in game 1 and game 2, the story for me, as I was watching, it's like the pitching's just dominant, right? You saw what Nicole May was able to do in game 1. What was it? 4 innings, gave up 1 hit, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Stracco comes and closes the door in that game. And she looked like she had full command of everything, right? And then Jordy Ball in game 2 against Missouri. Well, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Just looked very, very comfortable and in full control. Like, that's what stood out to me in the first 2 games. And then in the third game, it was just balls were flying over the fence all day long. So it was one of those weekends where you're like, oh, I'm impressed with the pitching, and they hit it. They looked fantastic, Ted.
Yep. All around absolute domination, just like everyone expected. Pitching, absolute top notch, as you hit on. Hitting was incredible. They started off that game 3 just absolutely hitting bombs. It's a bad thing whenever you have to pull your pitcher in the top of the first inning. That's typically not a good sign.
I thought, did you see the shot of the Cal pitcher that got pulled in the dugout?
I don't think so.
Oh man, I took a video of it. I was going to tweet something, and I was like, you know what? Not going to do it. It was one of those, but I think it perfectly encompasses how it feels to play against that OU team. She was crying. She's walking through the dugout. She's crying. She grabs a water bottle. She's like, she has this moment. So she's obviously very sad. Then she has this moment where she like bites the water bottle. She's angry. And then she has this moment. She takes this big, deep breath, and she just accepts what happened. Right. She went through it all, the entire emotional spectrum in that moment. And I kind of thought it was a perfect encapsulation of how it is playing this softball team right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's relentless, and the thing to me that is, I don't know if it's the most impressive, but I talk about it all the time. The defense, their defense is incredible. It may be the best thing that they have. They've got the number 1 defense, and I think pretty much every single metric by a pretty decent margin. And I know at one point they had a perfect fielding percentage through the regional, and I don't know, I think something maybe happened late where they lost that, but just they're incredible everywhere. And you saw in that final game against Cal, they're hitting bombs so that you see that they've got power. But later they started generating runs with bunts and slap hits, moving runs around, great base running. They could do everything. Absolutely no weakness on this team.
Remember when we had Patty Gasso on earlier in the week and she said that her players were really excited for this time of the year? Yeah, it says so.
Turns out she can read a locker room. Is that what
turns out she knows what she's talking about. That third game, that thing was over in the first inning.
I know.
I mean, what was it?
Somewhat
Jennings, Brito, Sanders, Erickson all go yard in the first. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go work out. I think this one's in the books.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. And what's it looking like? I know Clemson lost to Auburn in the first one, and they were playing in the second one, right? And I think Clemson was up.
Clemson ended up pulling it out. Clemson coming to Norman for the Super Regional.
We got a really good pitcher.
Yep.
Their ace is really good. So
Yeah.
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, should be fun, but man, I kind of just felt bad for Cal. That thing was over. So, but now I don't feel bad. I was enjoying it. I don't know why I just lied, but I did. But yeah, just everything about the hitting in that game. Was it like 19 hits, 6 home runs? It was bombs away all day, dude. It was fun to watch. That's about as entertaining as that big of a blowout can be for me.
Yeah, and like right in the middle when they had it all going, it may have been second or third. I think it was second inning. Hell, it may have been the first inning. I don't remember, but Jada Coleman robs that home run in center field. And it's like it don't matter what you do. Like there is you're never gonna get anything past it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think the only thing from that third game against Cows, Storako gives up a couple runs, but I really don't read much into that. It's hard to be completely dialed in as a pitcher when you're up 14-0. Like that's kind of a tough situation to really have your best stuff and to really be locked in and feeling that pressure and anxiety and the necessary focus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
I don't care that she gave up a couple runs in that situation. It's a weird situation for a pitcher to be in.
It is. Like you almost like whenever you got a pressure situation, you almost want to go in and take the pressure off somehow. But whenever you're in a non-pressure situation, like you almost wish that there was something there to give you the edge, But it doesn't matter. They made it through onto the Super Regional, and just like we thought, like there's no let up, and they are playing their best softball of the year, it feels like.
Yeah. That third game, Jennings and Brito just raking, right? Kenzie Hansen. I thought she had a really good weekend at the plate. Like she looks like she's seeing it really well. Ooh, we do have a little inside softball information here.
Okay.
Saw some people wondering the blue tape for Kenzie Hansen. I was told that she wears it when Jordy Ball pitches because it helps Jordy Ball focus on the strike zone. And blue is Jordy Ball's quote, and this is a quote, calming color.
Huh. Interesting. I like it. I guess I never even noticed the tape. What's the tape? Is it like
she's got Kenzie Hansen when she's catching for Jordy Ball? She's got like 3 pieces of blue tape on her chest protector.
Nice.
And I saw it and I was like, what there's got to be a story behind that.
Interesting.
Asked a couple people, got to the bottom of it.
Wow. Okay.
What do you think your calming color is, Ted? Bright red.
I would probably say blue for me as well.
Blue's a nice calming color.
I don't know if I can't back that up with any data, but that's the first thing that I think of. It's the first color that came to mind.
Okay. We'll go with blue.
What about you?
I'm thinking blue as well. Like blue makes me calm, I think. But not like a bright blue, like not a dull blue, but just a nice blue,
Yeah.
Yeah. This is probably the stupidest thing we've ever talked about on here, but here we are.
I don't know. People want to know what our calming colors are. We should research it, come back with a definitive answer.
I feel like we both just kind of agreed with Jordy Ball. It's like we need to find our own calming color.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.